Sends it out there.
A little more speed on that shot, and he leaves the 2-8, which is exactly what he did previously on that lane.
And the speed is critical for him. When he throws it just a little bit harder, it doesn't make it back, and this is the result, because it goes to the same place, Dan. Just the ball speed kept the ball from coming in. 2 and the 8. Again, we've seen that spare a number of times. Goebel just made it. Will Williams make it? Nope.
You keep leaving that, sooner or later you're going to have a problem, which is what Mark Williams did right there in the 6th. So Goebel now leads by 22 and can take a lot of control here as you see the deep breath.
Well, these guys can keep score in their head, and they know immediately in those types of situations. They may not know exactly. They just know it's in the 180s to 2-0, about 20 pins. He's thinking in his mind that he can really take a commanding lead with a couple of strikes.
Got it inside the target.
Way inside, and he's going to get a strike off the wall. I don't even know what pin. That might have been the head pin coming back and hitting the 3.
Oh, my goodness. Every once in a while, you get the major break.
Here it is, coming right at us. And he just kind of threw a scared shot, got the ball well left of his target. It's going left here and should get on. Watch the head pin. It goes back. And it's the head pin that gets the 5.
Just nudged it. Mark Williams right now grimacing as Goebel comes up and obviously throws the double. Doesn't it always happen that way?
Well, you have to take advantage of those breaks, Dan. I mean, you don't get that many, and you've got to take advantage of them. Right now, Mark Williams, who's known for his pressure bowling and being cool under the heat, has to draw on that reserve and start stringing strikes right now.
Could shoot 226, but he's got to go all the way to the wall to do so.
He's high on the Brooklyn. He says, well, if you can do it, I'll go solid Brooklyn.
Computer right now processing that information, and I don't necessarily think that he cared much for that last shot.
Right now, he doesn't care. It struck, and the primary thought in his mind is he's got to take advantage of it as Goebel did. He's got to strike here to get himself back in the match. Down 32, can knock it to 22.
Slower speed, and does not get the break on the 10 pin.
And he knows that it's a sad story right now. He had to have that strike to keep himself in it. Switches balls, cross lane at the 10 pin. Has the 10 pin, but I don't think he has the title. Bryan Goebel is in a position to really put this match away with a couple of strikes right here. He put it completely out of range. The best Mark Williams can get is 206 if he strikes out. Goebel going at a 218 pace right now.
Inside the target again. Back-to-back Brooklyns. All Mark Williams can do is think.
Well, it happened last week.
breaks.
John Madison got 2 Brooklyns on strikes last week, and
We're going to have to bring back the Shriner scoring system. You know what that is?
well, you get docked for going Brooklyn?
No, you get a little B next to it.
Oh, okay, there it is.
But I'm going to change the whole philosophy in that thing. We're going to have L's for light hits, P's for pocket strikes. Brooklyn, what do you think about that?
Well, right now I think Goebel just wants to get a mark right here, and he's going to have this title locked up with a spare or a strike here.
Ooh.
He's happy with that, just the 2 pin. He makes that. He can open in the 10th frame and still win.
Well, coming into this one, he had won $18,790 this year. He will
add 24,000 to that. That puts him over 40,000 for the year.
Made $67,000 last year and made the majority of that on the summer tour. So he told me, I feel very comfortable in the summer. Maybe it's because I get out, play a little golf, relax a little bit, get out of the bowling center and enjoy myself a little more. And I know one thing, Jay Robinson used to just kill him in the summer. A lot of players do that.
Well, sometimes, I don't know, maybe they got arthritis and the summer weather loosens up those joints.
Well, I know it helps you a little bit, but I don't know if it's enough. And the classic, yes, I can always strike when it doesn't mean.
But did you see what he did there? He moved inside where there was more oil and got a more consistent reaction. The ball went right to the pocket.
Still could shoot 206, but.
And that was the angle, you know, that you talked about earlier. That was his B plan. He didn't go to B plan quick enough.
No. But the A plan was probably just good enough in the practice balls
to suck him out there.
Sure. And that's where you want to play. He's played there all week long. That's right. I mean, you're always going to try and go to the area of the lane that you played and had the most confidence in throughout the week.
And when you think about it, if he strikes there in the 8th frame, Dan, he is still in this match. He could have, as you said, had 226 and would have made Goebel strike in the 10th frame to win the match.
And he throws a good shot on the left-hand lane, just left that little half 10.
Right, didn't quite get the finger lift that he got that first ball in the 10th frame here. But again, he's relaxed now. It's out of the wood. Leaves the 2-pin. He's going to wind up with 195. But Bryan Goebel is going to be our champion. He has enough right now without even showing up for the 10th frame.
And that's the way you like to win championships, especially when it's been a winner like he has had, where he's, I think, cashed 9 out of 14 tournaments, but just could not get to the championship round or win a tournament.
Well, winning's the name of the game. You know, it's going to put him back in the Firestone Tournament of Champions again next year. And he's just very pleased with this week's effort.
Bryan Goebel, the winner here of the $145,000 Kessler Classic. A little anticlimactic, but that's because he bowled enough to get Mark Williams early on. But a couple of Brooklyns, boy, the one with the head pin coming back and taking out the 5, that was the key shot.
Back in the 6th frame, yeah. Anything could have happened with that shot. He'd have been happy just to have the 5-pin stand on that shot and get a spare out of it. He wound up with a strike and made it a double, and then he came back with another Brooklyn.
Just trying to finish the game out, and he does. So it's a 224 to 195 victory. Bryan Goebel with a hug from his wife, and now the victory kiss. And when we come back, we'll talk to the happy couple here in Riverside, California.